Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Donovan, and today I want to share with you an absolutely fantastic pair of budget-friendly active noise canceling headphones from a very popular company called MPow. They were made popular by some larger YouTubers like MKBHD. They've also been featured on other channels like Unbox Therapy. So these are the MPow X4.0s, and they're available right now at bestbuy.com, as you can see right there. So I'll leave a link down in the description. So they're available for $60. There is a very similar pair that you can pick up on Amazon, which I will also link down below, that are available for $40. These are the MPow H5s. We'll talk about some of the differences between the two in just a little bit, but first, for right now, I want to focus on the ones that I have, which are the X4.0. So let's go ahead and I'm going to set them off to the side. I want to show you what you get in the box. So first thing is a micro USB cable because they are rechargeable. Of course, these are Bluetooth, so they are going to be totally wireless when you're wearing them, or you can, of course, plug them in wired as well. So this is going to be to charge them up. This is for plugging them in if you want to use them plugged into your phone. And then we do have this little microfiber, or I'm not really exactly sure what kind of material this is, but this is a little carrying case that they include with it. So no case, but you do have that kind of like carrying pouch, I guess is what we'll call that. You do also, of course, get some instructions, and we'll kind of run through some of the instructions in a little bit. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And of course, on the box, they list some of the features that they have. So hi-fi audio, we'll talk about that audio quality in just a little bit. 33 feet of wireless connectivity. Now that's using Bluetooth 4.1. So a little bit older version of Bluetooth. We do have Bluetooth 5.0 available. So there was 4.1, 4.2, and then 5.0. So these are using kind of an older version of Bluetooth. So that might be one of the reasons why they're a little bit cheaper. We do have some comfortable wearing, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Crystal clear phone calls, so you can use these for phone calls. Not wired. So if you have them wired, you cannot use them for phone calls. That's only if you're using them wireless. We do have a foldable design, 15 to 20 hours of battery life. So 15 being if you're using the active noise canceling that they feature, or 20 without it. And fast charging is something they mention. Now, I do want to point out what they claim to be fast charging here. So here it says you get in 1.5 hours of playtime in 10 minutes of charging. So really that's not necessarily fast charging. That's just kind of the normal charging that you get out of the headphones. So let's go ahead now and talk about the audio quality. So one of the things that obviously is really important when you're listening to headphones is the audio quality. And these things get very good audio quality up to about 80% of the volume. After 80%, they do definitely distort the bass quite a bit, the low end. But overall, I've really enjoyed the listening experience with these. I would give them like a 4.2 out of 5. They're definitely not the best pair of active noise canceling headphones I've listened to. And when you have the active noise canceling turned on, so that's off on switch, that's basically how you turn the active noise canceling, and you can tell that it's on based on that little LED light. And when you have it turned off, the audio quality definitely kind of diminishes a little bit. But when you turn it on and you're getting that noise isolation, you do get much better audio quality. Now, talking about noise isolation, some people kind of expect that when you're listening to a pair of active noise canceling headphones, that basically it's going to drown out all the background noise. Don't expect that out of these, or really any pair of active noise canceling headphones. Basically, they're going to block out low frequency noises. So like if you're in a plane, they're going to block out that plane noise, or maybe a subway, they'll block out kind of like that crowd noise, but you can definitely still hear some things, so they won't completely block out everything. You will still hear voices, so if somebody's talking to you, you will be able to still hear some of that, but definitely it does diminish a lot of the noise in the background. So that's a huge thumbs up. So if you're in an office setting, these are great for situations like that, where you just want to drown out all the people around you. And now next thing I want to talk about is the battery life. So we already mentioned 15 to 20 hours of battery life, depending on whether you're using that active noise canceling or not. I would recommend pretty much always using it, just because they sound a lot better, in my opinion, with active noise canceling on. So about 15 hours of battery life. Here you can see some of the buttons that we have here. This is the on-off switch, so it does show a little Bluetooth icon there. So if you hold it down, that's going to turn them on and off. We have volume up and down, as you can see there. Right here is our little indicator to tell you that they're on. Using Bluetooth, we can, of course, plug them in right over here on the other end. And then that's our active noise canceling switch. And you can see that turns off. Back on is green. And then over here, we have our microphone and our micro USB for charging them up. So now in terms of phone call quality, I would give these like a, let's say like a 3.5 out of 5. So if you're in a noisy situation, like I mentioned, like subways and places like that, you're probably not going to want to use these for phone calls because they will pick up a decent amount of the volume going on around you. So I would recommend them for listening in those situations, but not necessarily for phone calls. If you're in a quiet environment, these are absolutely great for phone calls. The microphone picked me up very well when I was in phone calls. So I've probably done maybe 5 phone calls with these. One of them in my office where the person could hear a lot of the stuff going on around me. But when I was using them in my home office where there wasn't a lot of noise, it was very quiet and they worked perfectly for that situation. So as far as the comfort, you can see they do fold up. So that's nice. They are going to have a very nice seal around your ears. They kind of recommend taking them off every couple hours. I've found that because of these cups, I really don't have a problem wearing them for 3 to 4 hours at a time. But the reason why you might want to take them off is because especially if it's a warm day, if it's a humid day, you will definitely get some sweat built up in there because they are so isolating there. So they're great for mowing the lawn unless it's super hot. Then you're going to want to take them off every once in a while just because you will get kind of sweaty with these on. But they're very comfortable to wear overall. And for that, I'd definitely give them like a 4.5 out of 5 for comfort because they do seal very well. So great for wearing in the gym because you can kind of bounce around with them. I could even run with these on if I didn't sweat so much in them. So overall, fantastic pair of Bluetooth active noise canceling headphones from MPow. These are the X4s, again, in the links down below. Check them out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.